I'm standing here in the remains of the 1608 church here at James Fort, and we've chosen to memorialize the foundations with clay and demarcate the space so that visitors can understand what's going on and what we saw. But I'm in the chancel, so this would have been where the high status individuals of the fort were buried. Of the 4 burials here, 3 are in coffins. So the first artifacts we encounter are coffin nails. And the way that we chose to approach this in a very unique way, a very scientific way, was to map each of those nails in 3D. So we gave each of them a code, south, north, pointing up, pointing down, that kind of thing. And when we brought them into a 3D map, much to our amazement, it paid huge dividends in that we could see the shape of the coffin. So when we pulled the 3D map up and sort of backed away, we could see that 2 of the coffins were anthropomorphic or body shaped. So it came up to shoulders across, and then the head was contained. They were constructed exactly the same way. The nail pattern was exactly the same, and the nails were the same. And we believe those folks were buried through the archaeology, the historic documents, and now this evidence. We believe they were buried in 1610 after the arrival of Lord Delaware. They appear, or we believe them to be, relatives of Lord Delaware, and we think it was his carpenter that made these coffins. So same shape, same nails, relatives of Lord Delaware. One of the coffins in the center section here, though, was a hexagonal, which is also very complex and would have been high status. So we had a shrouded individual and 3 coffins. Now, we did have some surviving coffin wood underneath the silver box that was encountered in the hexagonal coffin, and working with Chris Swan at Colonial Williamsburg in the furniture department, he was able to identify the wood positively as a hardwood, most likely white oak. And so that's pretty amazing. Through a small bit of evidence, we were able to understand that. We also had, as we were excavating down, the stains of the coffin of the coffin sides. They just show up as a dark stain, and then of course the bottom. So all of this information, the 3D stuff, the nails, the stains, the wood, it's giving us a very detailed look at what went on here in between 1608 and 1610.